We are back at Ravensburg State Park. We're getting ready to southbound hike from here and just getting packed up, and we're going up the mountain for the first 600 feet climb. Well, here we are. Typical mid-state trail. Rock, 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 rock. Leanne's already had one exclamation mark walking through these. And you definitely don't go fast when it's like this on the trail, because you can only see half of the rocks. The rest of them are half buried under the leaves. And they're nice trippy ones. It's beginning to snow a little. We're climbing up the mountain out of Ravensburg. 2 days ago it was 70 degrees. Now it's 29. Typical Pennsylvania weather, especially in February and March. And we are at the end of February 2017. Back into the rocks. Rock, 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 up the hill. And this is a pretty steep climb here. More rocks. You gotta love rocks if you want to hike in Pennsylvania. That's all I gotta say. We are getting up a little higher. Without the leaves on the trees, you can see quite a ways around the various different mountains. As you can see, the rocks have not stopped. It's almost like rock steps. Up, up, up. And rocks are all around. No matter which way you look. Some of them slide when you step on them, so you gotta watch out stepping through the leaves that you don't step on a rock that's not gonna stay. Well, the trail turns and it's up more rock, 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 rock. Everything up from Ravensburg, pretty much rocks. Up we go. Step by step. The rocks are just getting bigger. Rocks ever end? That is the question. They just keep going up. A little turn there. But it's basically one tricky step after another. I am over my head in rocks to step up. This is definitely a oh shit moment, as Leanne likes to call it. And we're still climbing. We're almost up to the top of the first hill, and you can see quite a long ways around. It's a pretty view, but it's a treacherous climb. Well, we're at the top of the first climb up. Little sun peeking through. That was definitely a cardiac workout. On climb. Get to have a little reward of a little top of the mountain walking through some mountain laurel in February. No leaves on the trees. Little dusting of snow from last night, but not much. Okay, coming up to the first turn on top of the hill, there's another trail that goes straight, and we are turning this way. Well, after an hour of climbing up the hill, we've been definitely rewarded with this nice, easy walk on the top. So far, we've gone at least a half a mile, and it's wonderful. And the sun has come out for just a little bit. So, never fear, at least you get a spot to rest here before you have to go back up. Here we are. Favorite time on the trail. Anne's eating. She's trying to lean out of the camera. The trail's been flat for at least a mile. But we're going to have a little section to go up before the end of this section. The trail came out onto this little logging road. So this makes a nice easy hike for a little bit. But it's not going to last. Pretty pine trees though. Well, we just came out of there. And this is where Sand Spring Road comes up. You can see Kalbfliesch Road that way. And there's all sorts of roads that come in here. And the trail crosses right across the middle of the intersection of all these roads and goes straight. Well, it looks like we're starting back up into a little bit of rocks here. But not nearly as far as the first climb. So far, going up this side, it's sort of skirting around the rocks, so that's good. Absolutely gorgeous view. Not quite to the top, but I can see a good 180 degrees around me. Well, I think we're finally at the top of the second section. It's a pretty good view. Not nearly as rocky of a climb, although it's a steady up. Not as difficult as the first steep climb out of Ravensburg. Coming to an intersection here with the big mountain trail. We're going to be going this way. Interesting metal object somebody made. Pretty nice. Well, heading that way. Sort of a long, narrow part of the trail. Things are a little closed in here, even without the leaves on the trees. Now we're coming into a little open area here. It looks like somebody has camped here before. There's a little camping spot. And this isn't too far to the north of Kalbfliesch Road, I would guess. Probably less than a half a mile. So if you're looking for a nice place to camp, it's a pretty one. Just came out and finished from where we ended before. Cars parked down there. And glad to be done today. That was a little bit of a hike, but not as bad towards the end as the beginning was.